Hello everyone, I'm MW3 from Psychic Gamers, and this is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. And I'm going to be playing some Infected again today. I'm going to be talking about some new stuff that they've changed and added and removed and everything. But before I start all that, I just want to say thank you so much for all the good feedback and views I got on that first Infected video I did. I think it's about 850 views now, which is an absolutely ridiculous amount for a tiny channel such as mine. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. I've also had quite a few people coming and subscribing to me, which are most definitely from that Infected commentary. So I know I've been doing a lot of Minecraft recently, and previously I've said I'm going to do Call of Duty commentaries but haven't. Now with all these new subscribers that are probably expecting commentaries from me, I'm definitely going to be doing them. Today I've got some more news about Infected, and they've been doing some changes and tweaks and stuff to it. There's some good news and some bad news. With Modern Warfare 3, I can complain a lot about it, but I don't like to be completely negative with it because it can be a very fun game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with the positives, then go on to the negatives, and then give my view on what I think could be improved to reduce the negative effect of those negatives. So the positive things are the intermission timer, which I was complaining about in just last commentary, has been reduced, which I was quite surprised about actually. Although it was a very easy thing to reduce and change, I didn't think they'd actually do it, but here it is. It's no longer 60 seconds long, it's now 20 seconds, which is really good because these game modes are very short, so we don't need all that time in between them. The party size has been upped to 9 players instead of 6, which makes sense because this is an 18-person lobby. So if you're going to be running in really large parties of 7, 8 or 9 people, then you're going to see the benefits from this. I usually play on my own or with a couple of people, so it's not going to really affect me. But some people like to run in big parties, I'm sure, so this is going to be good for you. All of the perks are now pro, which I was complaining about, but from what I've seen, this doesn't seem to work, so I'll come on to that a bit later. But if that is going to be changed to work so they're all pro, then that's going to be really good. There's also a change that I've seen which hasn't been officially announced on the forums, and that is the glitch spots, which I was going to make a video of, but now I don't think I am. They've been patched basically. There's no invisible wall, you can still get up there, so that makes me think that these glitch spots are still available for use in general online play. But in Infected, if you try and go up there, you die. Literally, as soon as you step into that glitch spot, you're dead. This kills you on both sides, whether you're Infected or a survivor, but obviously if you're a survivor and you die from any means, be it being killed by an Infected, suicide, or just any other death such as a death incurred by going into that glitch spot, you're going to go over to the Infected team. So my advice here is, if you're a survivor and you want to stay that way, do not try these glitch spots. While they were ridiculously overpowered in the last couple of days, now as soon as you go into them, you're going to become Infected because you're dead. So don't try them. I've tried most of them. The ones I can think of I've done, and they've all been patched up, so you can't get in them. There might be a couple more that I haven't thought of. There's still some spots that aren't really considered glitch spots that you can get in, which I may point out in a video instead of the glitch spot video. But that comes under a negative that I'm going to talk about in a minute, so I won't talk too much about that. To stop myself rambling on about that, I'm going to go on to the last positive, and this is listed officially in the forum, unlike the glitch spot removal. And it now says that the round timer has been upped from 5 minutes to 10 minutes. I can confirm this is true because I've played some rounds that are definitely 10 minutes long. The reason I've left this until last to discuss, despite it being listed first in the updates, is because I'm not exactly sure whether I consider this a positive or a negative. I can see both sides of this. Firstly, obviously, it gives you a longer game. This, combined with the shortened intermission time, gives you a lot longer playing and a lot shorter period of time waiting around. However, this does make it a lot harder for the survivors to actually win the mode, because you're now going to have to last it out 10 minutes, so that's twice as long you're going to have to be surviving in order to win. This also sort of removes the feel that this is a quick and sharp game mode to play, because this is dragging out to the normal team deathmatch or kill confirmed game time. So whether you consider this adjustment an improvement or not is going to be down to your personal preference and play style. So that's all the positives out of the way. As you can see, they have changed a lot of things, and I agree with pretty much all of them. There is just one thing that I do not like, and unfortunately this is the biggest thing. This is the new class loadouts they've done. Pretty much everything from the first weekend of Infected has disappeared. Only the knife versus striker remains, however that hasn't been left completely untouched. While there have been some improvements to these classes, the biggest deprovement or the biggest negative is that there now seems to be no throwing knife for the infected in any of these classes. Now this is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, this is just stupid. This has changed this game mode from my favourite to one of my least favourite in just one simple change. As soon as you're infected, you're completely done for, especially if you're on dome and everyone's sitting up in that little balcony thing. I don't see the point in taking out the glitch spots. They could have had a much easier job, much simpler, less coding, all that sort of stuff. If all they'd done is just giving you the throwing knife, that would have stopped people using glitch spots. It would stop people camping up the top of dome. It would stop people camping all these little positions that you can see in these games. I've had like about 10 people trying to camp on top of one truck, which is absolutely ridiculous. The people on the outside can get stabbed, luckily, if you jump knife them. The people in the middle, you basically need everybody to run up there after them, and they'll dispense all of their ammunition before they can kill all of you, and someone will get them. But that is just ridiculous. When you're just dying and dying and dying over and over again trying to get these people, this is going on your kill death ratio. This wouldn't happen in a normal game. So either put the throwing knife back in, or if you're not going to do that, take this off of kill death, stop this counting towards it. I don't want to have a ridiculous amount of deaths because these people are camping it out and I can't do anything about it. I've said to myself, having been a massive rage quitter in the previous Call of Duty titles, that I wasn't going to quit in this much, and I've actually maintained a pretty decent win-loss ratio because I haven't rage quit. However, I rage quit twice in the space of about 5 minutes, having gone into 2 dome games without a throwing knife, being infected, and like about 15 people wall up on that stupid balcony and you can't get them. That is ridiculous. I do not want to play that. So that's basically the message of the whole video. Put the throwing knife in. Last time I said I wanted to see the throwing knife go into the .44 Magnum variation. I did not expect to see that the throwing knife would be removed from everything. So rant over, I best go through all these class changes now. I'll just do this as quickly as I can so as not to bore people. If you don't want to hear about the class changes, feel free to end the video now. I hope you've enjoyed, and like, sub, favourite, all that stuff. If you do want to hear the classes, carry on watching. Previously there were 4 different class variations, and there are now only 3. The only one that remains pretty much the same is the knife versus striker, and the other ones have been removed and completely replaced. The benefit to this is that all 3 variations can be played on all of the 14 infected compatible maps, which are Dome Hard Hat, Mission, Resistance, Village, Arcton, Seatown, Fallen, Lockdown, Underground, Bootleg, Outpost, Picard and Carbon, and the ones that aren't getting it are Interchange and Downturn. The first one is the knife versus striker, and this is still going to be appearing most often. This will be played on those 14 maps. The infected only have a knife and a tactical insurgent. The throwing knife has been removed, but they have Extreme Conditioning Pro, Quick Draw Pro, and they also have the bonus perk of Lightweight. So this would usually be a second perk, however they're giving it to you as well as Quick Draw Pro. A death streak is juiced. Survivors are getting Striker, Extended Mag and Damage Proficiency, the 5.7 Akimbo, Claymore and Smoke, and they're getting Sleight Hand Pro, Quick Draw Pro, Steady Aim Pro. That is the same as the previous Striker versus Knife variation, and the initial infected are getting exactly the same as the survivors, except they're getting a throwing knife instead of a claymore and a tactical insertion instead of a smoke grenade. They're also getting 2 extra bonus perks, which are Extreme Conditioning Pro and Lightweight Pro, and the death streak is hollow points. The next one is the knife versus the PP90, which is a brand new one. This will take the place of second most common. Again, it can be played on all 14 of the maps. The infected have a knife only with tactical insertion, Extreme Conditioning Pro, Quick Draw Pro and a bonus perk of Lightweight. Their death streak is juiced. Survivors will get a PP90 with extended mags and kick proficiency. And their secondary is the 5.7 Akimbo. Their equipment is Claymore and Smoke, and their perks are Sleight Hand Pro, Quick Draw Pro, Steady Aim Pro. The initial infected are getting a PP90 with extended mags and kick proficiency, a throwing knife tactical insertion, Sleight Hand Pro, Quick Draw Pro, Steady Aim Pro, and the bonus perks of Extreme Conditioning Pro and Lightweight with the death streak of hollow points. The third and final one, which will appear least often, is the knife versus the RSAS or the RSASS, however you want to pronounce it. I personally hate this sniper rifle, although I do enjoy sniping. This gun is just pathetic because it always gets hit markers, so I'm not sad to see this being least often. If they replace it with the MSR, I'd be pretty interested. The infected are getting a knife only with a tactical insurgent, and their perks of Extreme Conditioning Pro and Quick Draw Pro with the bonus perk of Lightweight and a Death Streak Juiced. The survivors are getting the primary weapon of an RSAS, extended mags, kick proficiency. Their secondary is the 5.7 Akimbo. Their equipment is Claymore and Smoke. And their perks are Sleight Hand Pro, Quick Draw Pro, Steady Aim Pro, and a bonus perk of Scavenger Pro. The initial infected are also getting the RSAS with extended mags and kick proficiency. Equipment is the throwing knife, the tactical insurgent, and their perks are Sleight Hand Pro, Quick Draw Pro, Steady Aim Pro, bonus perks of Extreme Conditioning Pro and Lightweight, and a Death Streak of Hollow Points. Now I do feel like I've been repeating myself there, and that's basically because I have been. All of these now seem to be very similar, so that's kind of a benefit because people know definitely what they're getting. It's going to be pretty similar each time, so there's not going to be many surprises. They do need to sort out the perks pro thing, because even though it now says that they're all pro, I've actually seen no evidence of that, because my perks have still been just the normal perks. I'm glad that these can now be played on all 14 maps. It was pretty poor limiting it down. I do feel that the infected should get Dead Silence Pro, not only to make them sneakier, but also to allow them to jump off things without much risk. And of course my main gripe is they need to put the throwing knife back in, because even though they've sorted out all the glitch spots and it now kills you, this doesn't stop people camping up on top of things such as trucks, railings, just all sorts of rubbish that these maps are filled with, and you can't take them out. So there you go, all the newest news about infected and the classes all wrapped up into one. I hope you've enjoyed this commentary. I'm probably going to be putting out some more infected commentaries, as well as commentaries from just other game modes, normal ones such as TDM and Kill Confirmed, and maybe even some of older Call of Duties, because I do feel like going back to those fairly soon, especially COD 4 I'd like to play again, and I think I could pull out some commentaries for them. If you have enjoyed this video, well, you don't really need to favourite unless you really want to. Comment with any questions or just general comments, and if you haven't already, please feel free to subscribe for lots of videos, normally daily. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I shall see you next time.